a quick video. Now, this video is gonna be pretty short, but we are in a very technological era. Now, if you go on YouTube and you look at the main screen or the homepage or whatever, you will see videos about TikTok and these other things and blah blah. Yeah, I know there's old talk, but anyway, you will see all of these videos about this other nonsense. But no one really talks about the dark web and how it is basically a cesspool for criminals to basically hide their identities and honestly just do whatever they do behind closed doors, and a lot of times these people don't ever get caught. Now you could look at this one story where a teacher was caught with illegal materials on their computer or whatever, or a doctor was caught, a sheriff or a cop was caught with this and that. But the amount of people caught in the act are very few. Meaning that, for every one person who is caught committing online illegal crimes, and I ain't just talking about, illegal file sharing and things like that. I'm talking about, online drug trade. It's not really a big deal to me. Drug trade here's what it is, but weapons trades online, just various things, So it's a whole lot. I could go into, identity theft. Organized harassment is even orchestrated via the dark web as well. Because, see, we can talk about so-called fusion centers all day, and, it is what it is, but any criminal who wants to hide their identities, okay, they are not going to make their IP addresses known. So, let's say, for example, you download an illegal file from a website, right, and then, you get caught. If your IP address is tied to that file download or upload, then guess what? They have you. It wouldn't matter whether or not it could have been somebody in your home who did it, but I'm just saying that file will be tied to your IP address, okay? And likely, this is going to lead to either an interrogation or an arrest, a trial, jail time, prison time. We get it. But a lot of these people, a large majority of these individuals getting caught with these illegal materials on their cell phones, their computers, many of them are indeed teachers and, doctors and, dentists, people who work in law enforcement. I mean, that is a new story every day. Many of you probably don't research these things, but just saying, like, that is a new case every day where somebody was caught doing something wrong online. And there'll be teachers, there'll be male, there'll be female. I mean, old, young, it really doesn't matter. I mean, these people are part of every demographic group, every religion, just everyone. So that is no telling who is a criminal as of 2020. You could look at that one guy selling drugs, just selling drugs to people in the community. Oh yeah, you could look at him and be like, oh yeah, he's a drug dealer, man. He's a bad person. But you would have no idea that old nice lady down the street who bakes cookies for everybody, she donates to charities and stuff like that. You would never guess that this woman was a deep online human trafficker. And this is a real problem, because if people are being trafficked online, okay, especially, vulnerable people, then somebody is being victimized in the production of this, this content, okay? The production of this content is leading to somebody being abused, or, somebody is being abused in the production of these videos, these images, or whatever you want to call it. So nowadays, you really cannot trust a foster care facility, foster parents. You cannot trust a teacher. You cannot trust a principal because we are in the days of wolves in sheep's clothing. I'll say it again. We are in the days of wolves in sheep's clothing. Technology allows people to commit crimes while in the privacy of their own homes. Now, in the 70s and 80s, the average person couldn't do this, okay? Now, we understand that the government probably had this technology a long time ago. I'm talking the 40s and 50s. But, for the most part, the internet really didn't become mainstream to most citizens not until around maybe the late 90s or, early 2000s. But crimes these days are taking place online, and I have quite a few clips. yeah. I said it again. I kind of messed up when I said clips. I have quite a few clips. Okay, bit my tongue last time. Quite a few clips, basically just going into detail on what's going on. Okay, you got teachers, you have doctors, you have dentists, you have sheriffs, you have all of these so-called respectable people out in society, but yet they are hardcore criminals. Which is why I say you would never know who's a good person or who's a bad person these days, because it would be so easy for somebody to traffic other individuals online without you ever knowing. Okay, these so-called gang stalkers you talk about, they are online deep web criminals. Okay, they are trafficking you online just like they traffic anyone else. Okay, identity theft is something that happens. Fraud, all of these things take place on the internet, over the internet. Electronic harassment is a internet-based phenomenon, okay? It's a satellite-based technology. Satellite equals the internet, okay? HughesNet, XM radio, we get it. That's really it. I'm out. Here are a few clips that I've just put together, and all of this content, it's not mine. All credits go to the original creators, and I will put the links in the description box below. I'm out.
New at 5, a Metro Atlanta law enforcement officer behind bars after a child pornography investigation. The GBI found those disturbing images while investigating his internet activity. CBS 46's Yasmina Alston has the details.
A chief deputy with the Forsyth County Sheriff's Office is in jail facing child pornography charges. It's disturbing investigations like this that keep child abuse prevention organizations working to put an end to it. Now, former Forsyth County Chief Deputy Grady Sanford is being charged with distribution of child pornography. It was a search warrant at the 56-year-old's Canton home that led investigators with the GBI to the child sexual abuse images. A report from the National Center of Missing and Exploited Children indicated that those images were uploaded to the internet using a popular email platform.
More in local crime, should I say, as an Eau Claire teacher has been arrested for possession of child pornography. That's according to district officials. The Eau Claire Area School District says in a press release this afternoon that Todd Williams, who teaches Japanese and social studies at North High, has been charged by the Menominee Police Department. But according to court records, he has not been charged yet. According to the district, no Eau Claire students were involved. However, because of the relationship between the reason of his arrest and his position, district officials say Williams has been suspended without pay pending resolution. An investigation is ongoing.
Police have rescued 46 Australian children, including 16 from a child care center, in one of the biggest alleged child sex abuse cases in the country's history. 14 arrests have been made over what investigators have labeled abhorrent systemic sexual abuse, with 828 charges laid. The alleged offenders are accused of producing and sharing child abuse material to an online network. Operation Arkstone was launched following the February arrest of Justin Radford, 30, in Yonge on the NSW Central Coast. Police seized a number of devices from his home and discovered social media forums where some members were allegedly producing child abuse material, while others were accessing and circulating it. Investigators have since uncovered more than a dozen alleged offenders from 3 states, NSW, Queensland and Western Australia, with more arrests expected. The alleged offenders are aged from 20 to 48, with an average age of 28. They included a child care worker, volunteer soccer coach, disability support worker, an electrician, supermarket employee and chef. In some of the most extreme cases, offenders allegedly recorded the abuse of the children and shared the footage online. The victims ranged in age from 16 months to 15 years, with an average age of 8 years. Of the victims, 39 are from NSW, 6 are in WA and 1 is in Queensland. One of the men accused of involvement is child care worker Timothy Luke Doyle, 27, and his partner Stephen Barat, 22. Doyle is facing 303 charges including sexual intercourse with a child under 10 and producing and sharing child abuse materials. He is accused of abusing 30 children, 16 of those at a child care center on the NSW Mid-North Coast. Police will allege the man used his position as a child care worker,